So I talked a little about pull marketing at the beginning, and it's really all about earning efficient media. So, you know, we've talked a little about, you know, ads and television and print, and it's moving away from that. It's moving away from paid media to earned media. It's moving away from saying it yourself to having influencers say it for you, from being customer conscious to being socially conscious, from a Web 1.0 or an analog way of thinking to a Web 2.0 or a digital way of thinking, and then from what we see as keyword searching to real-time social search. It is very interactive. It is networking oriented. And so our pull strategy is threefold. It is having something differentiated to say, getting influencers to say it for you, and to scale it through online and PR. I'm sure none of this will be a surprise to anybody in the room, but you know, pull marketing is absolutely being accelerated by social media. You can see here the you know, the explosive growth in Twitter, and we've just taken this through June of 2009. I think the latest numbers are even beyond these. And so what's key for us here, and why I said this is not so much about Generation Y for us as just our base, is if you look here on the right, social media user trends, when you think about Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook, are about older, affluent, educated, and small business owners. So it's a perfect target for us. You know, if you look at Twitter, 28 million users, 26% earn over 100,000, and 31% are between the ages of 35 and 49, 19% are 55 or older. So the average American Express cardholder is 45 and male. So it fits very, very clearly into our bullseye there. What's also great about social media is it will be a lower cost acquisition channel, and you'll see that demonstrated in what we've done with Open Forum. We look for 4 things from our content: that it's authentic, that it's expert in that it's written by somebody that knows what they're talking about, that it's scalable in that you're not paying and you can't do anything with it, and we have a relationship with our authors over time, and that it's expert. Again, so expert, authentic, scalable, and relevant is the 4th, in that it's timely. And you know, it's not about rehashing what you've heard before. And what was really, really important here is I think that with you know, corporations, even with American Express, as we ventured into this social media space, the concern was, well, what if we get a whole bunch of service requests? You know, what happens if we get a whole bunch of complaints? What about if somebody says, well, I want a job, who do I go to? All of those things that are not really part of the conversation that you're trying to generate, but you have to deal with them regardless. What was really interesting is we really got very few of those. So very few service requests, very few complaints, and I don't know whether that's a good thing, but nobody really wanted a job. But you know, we can. But I think it surprised a lot of people because there was that. Again, back to Gary's comment, I think that there was that concern from legal that this would open up the floodgates, and we wouldn't be prepared to be able to address everything that was happening in the conversation. I would say one of the other things that will be a true measure of how successful we are is prospect conversion. Because one of the other things that I talked about is that this is, you know, social media enables you to create an acquisition channel. And the true test of what we want to do, I mean, one of the reasons that we're doing this is to convert prospects. Because as I said, I think over time, prospects, you know, if you've hit them over the head with the same direct mail piece or the same email, or they've seen the same ad time and time again, you know, they will, you know, we know they're not responding. So we have to look for other ways to do that.